Hey you guys, it's Brittny here with Mental Trend Think With Me, and today it's about y'all resolution. Yeah, if you didn't watch my video on my resolutions and what I'm looking forward to, then check that out after the video. I have it linked below. But this one is just basically how I'm gonna, stay motivated and how you guys should stay motivated. Just some advice on keeping it going. Hopefully this is a little bit shorter because, I'm not gonna go like super duper crazy. So let's just get started. Okay guys, so a lot of resolutions are working out, and this is mine also. So a way to keep working out and just staying focused on what you want in the end is to wake up every day and have that vision in your mind of how you want to look, how you want to feel. Really, it's never going to be easy. It's always better to do a little bit than nothing at all. So keep that in your mind. Pat yourself on the back if you do anything, and you don't feel like it. And the second you feel like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore, I want to stop, I don't feel like it, that's the second you need to get up. Make it a trigger that every time you think, oh, I don't feel like it, that you think about, oh, well, then get comfortable the way you are. Or you better get up now. And you better get up. Whether you do 10 squats and sit back down, it doesn't matter. You're teaching yourself to listen to yourself. And that's the most important, and that's honestly the hardest. Because once you get going, once you see those results, bam, you're never gonna stop, girl, boy, whatever. You're never gonna stop. I'm telling you, you're never gonna stop. So keep going. Another important thing is to understand you need rest. Don't be working out 7 days a week and you never worked out a day before then. Like, no, and you shouldn't do it even if you've been working out for a while. Learn to take rest. Learn to, make yourself feel like it's okay to have a break. Because then when you don't, that's when you fight yourself, and then you feel like you never want to start again because you feel already disappointed. And you're like, whatever, like I already disappointed myself. Like, no. Another thing for me that keeps me motivated is I make 2 days my favorite body part to work on. My legs, I love to work on my legs and my booty. But I feel like it's like, they're okay. My stomach area is my problem area, and I want it to be like better. So I make 2 days for that. So I'm like really motivated to get to those days. So I separate them. Give myself a break in between. So I'll do like abs and then legs and then break and then cardio and then arms and then abs. Like, just make it something that you're interested in. Like, if you want a booty, you're gonna be excited to work out for a booty. Okay, so make sure you get excited about it. But let's move on to some more. Maybe you want to do better, whether it's in school, self projects like a channel or a blog or modeling, or just tasks where you want to become better. In those, it's the same. You need to remember why, what, when, how, where. No, I'm just kidding. You need to know why. No, really, kind of. You need to know why you want to do it. Remember, everything that is your motive. If this is something that you can say, I want to do, then you want to do it. Now you just got to get yourself to want to do it more than you don't want to do it. Everyone wants to be lazy, but you got to figure out what you want more. Do you want to be lazy more, or do you want to become better at something you love more? It's up to you. It's your choice. Until you figure that out, I can't even help you, okay? Spend more time on it. Make the time. If you got to wake up 20 minutes earlier to go over your homework, make sure it's right, to work on your blog, your channel, to, I don't know, whatever it is, make the time. Figure out your schedule, figure out what you got to do, and make the time. That goes for anything you want to be better at, and that includes the working out. If you want to be better at making time to work out and being more consistent, then you got to plan it. Plan what you want. Plan it. Find the time. If you can't make a video in the next 10 days, if you can't do something for your blog in the next 10 days, be like, okay, well, tomorrow I'll wake up for 10 minutes and try to write something, so that when I do get to the time for it, I can perfect it and it'll be easier. Learn yourself, learn shortcuts, learn ways to just better yourself, even in a minute period of time. Doesn't matter. As long as you take a step forward, you are still going forward. All those little steps you'll take daily will lead you to a much bigger step. I feel like some people want want to be like better, whether that's being nice or being more generous, or like one of mine is being more selfish because I'm too generous. In those situations, being more or being less selfish still comes down to the fact that every time you're in a situation with another person, you need to ask yourself, how do I want to go about this? So for instance, me, when I'm around people, I want to make their lives easier. And I can't do that all the time, because then I make mine way more harder. They'll have like this little problem and I'm trying to help them. And then my big problems are just getting bigger. And I could have just let them go, because at the end of the day, they probably would have figured it out. I could have, they really needed me, then fine. But sometimes I spend too much time on things that I shouldn't. And some people don't do that at all. Some people, for instance, won't help me when I'm in a big problem. And, it's not okay. So we all have things that we need to improve on, whether that's being more for yourself or less for yourself. In every situation, when I'm talking to someone and they really need something, I'm like, Brittny, like, don't offer, don't do nothing, because you really can't afford it right now. Like, if there's anything you can do, then do it, but don't promise nothing that you can't really do. Like, if I can do it in the moment, then I'm gonna do it. But I'm not gonna say, oh, well, next week I can probably, like, no, I'll tell you next week if I can do that. I'm not gonna give any ideas now. And I don't think about that all the time. It depends on the situation. But that's just some ways to not be selfish, but just think more selfish. And it's not me being completely selfish, because I'm still willing to help if I have the time. And for someone that is too selfish and is just like ignoring somebody, you should ask yourself, well, how can I help them? How can I do better? How can I treat them better? How can I make their lives a little bit easier? Because I clearly have mine under control, because I'm so selfish and I only worry about myself. So that's just, goes with anything that you're trying to personally and mentally enhance and become better at, or change. Anything you really have to be nicer, to think before speaking, to, one of mine is to, if you watched it, is to not answer unless I'm asked. And for me, I listen more now. And every time I'm asking myself, every time I'm like in a situation where I'm talking to someone, I'm like, listen, Brittny, like, only answer what you're being asked. Like, listen. So it just comes down to talking to yourself. I feel like I covered like the 3 main things. Like, I feel like I covered a lot, and just how to stay motivated with your goals. Clearly, I'm not going to name every resolution in the world, but most of them tie into like other ones. Like I did like working out, which is your physical goals, like things you have to do around you, is just stay focused and plan. And then bettering yourself goals is to constantly find time to really better yourself and be productive. And then the last one is self-improvement, which is constantly talking to yourself and really reminding yourself of what you want to do to become better. So now that I finished, please leave a thumbs up if this helped you. Give me some ideas of your resolutions and how you're sticking to them. Hopefully that'll help somebody else. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.